New York is at the vanguard of Western art, entertainment, food trends, fashion, and finance. Now, you could get cute and obscure when you compile a guide like this. New York City comprises 5 boroughs sitting where the Hudson River meets the Atlantic Ocean. At its core is Manhattan, a densely populated borough among the world's central commercial, financial, and cultural centers. Its iconic sites include skyscrapers such as the Empire State Building and sprawling Central Park. Broadway theater is staged in neon-lit Times Square. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in New York City so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Central Park. Central Park is an urban park in New York City between the Upper West and Upper East sides of Manhattan. It is the 5th largest park in the city, covering 843 acres. This park in Manhattan serves as a tranquil oasis in every busy city of New York. The densely wooded park is home to several historic and beautiful buildings, such as the whimsical Lookout Point Belvedere Castle and the Ladies' Pavilion, a charming example of 19th-century American art decor. Informative park tours are available, and events are staged here throughout the year. At number 9 is the Rockefeller Center. The proportions of this vertical complex in Midtown are astonishing, especially when you remember that it was built throughout the Great Depression. The Rockefeller Center comprises 19 buildings, broken by a sunken central plaza, all commissioned by the Rockefeller family, who first made their money in the oil industry. We'll talk about the top of the Rock Observatory and Radio City below, but there's much at street level at the Rockefeller Center that you'll have seen many times before in movies. At number 8, Top of the Rock. Top of the Rock's 3 levels of indoor and outdoor observation decks deliver spectacular, unobstructed city skyline views. With terraces facing east, west, north, and south, Top of the Rock's panoramic sights make it the ultimate observation deck in NYC. At the pinnacle of 30 Rockefeller Plaza's 70 floors, it's one of the top things to do in New York City. Dubbed Top of the Rock, this sophisticated space was designed like the deck of an ocean liner. Despite being 60 meters lower than the Empire State, many prefer this experience. At number 7, Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is a colossal neoclassical sculpture on Liberty Island in New York Harbor, New York City, in the United States. The copper statue, a gift from the people of France, was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bertholdi, and Gustave Eiffel built its metal framework. For close-up views of this enormous statue, a ferry trip to Liberty Island will need to be taken. Battery Park also offers great views from afar. Every trip to the state of New York is complete with seeing this iconic figure. At number 6 in our list, Guggenheim Museum. A celebrated museum, of course, but also an epic-making work of 20th century architecture, the Guggenheim Museum is essential for its dumbfounding design, impressionist and early modern art collection, and its world-class temporary exhibitions. Frank Lloyd Wright's building is yet another icon, tearing up the museum script by inviting visitors to catch an elevator to the top and then make their way down the ramp that coils around the atrium. This opened in 1959, but the collection, enriched with names like Chagall, Kandinsky, Mondrian, Kirchner, Franz Marc, Fernand Léger, and Cézanne, goes back more than 8 decades and continues to grow. At number 5, Bryant Park. Bounded to the east by the New York Public Library main branch, Bryant Park is set on top of the library's stacks after an underground level was built during a restoration in the 1980s. The park's current layout is from that time and became a symbol for the revival of New York's image in the 1990s, shedding its reputation for prostitution and drug dealing. More than 30 years later, Bryant Park is adored for its sense of calm and is held up as a piece of urban regeneration. At number 4, Brooklyn Bridge. This New York icon was opened in 1883 and was the world's first steel suspension bridge. Despite its troubled construction, the bridge was instantly popular with artists, writers, and poets, proving to be a superb showcase of urban design. The pedestrian walkway offers great views of Manhattan. Beware of cyclists using the adjacent lanes, however, as they are known to get nasty towards tourists crossing their designated cycling lane. The two support towers offer views and panoramic histories of the waterfront. At number 3 in our list, Coney Island. This former barrier island in the southwestern corner of Brooklyn became a peninsula at the turn of the 20th century. For decades before that time, Coney Island has been a seaside escape for New Yorkers. And although the waterfront had a prolonged downturn from the 1960s onwards, it has been revitalized today while keeping some of its worn appeals. The Coney Island Cyclone is an absolute stalwart, now at Luna Park.
At number 2, Times Square.
Broadway's theater district coalesces around Times Square, a bow-tie-shaped plaza where Broadway and 7th Avenue meet, in an urban ravine walled by dazzling electronic billboards. You have to see it, especially if you're a first-timer. On busy days, more than 460,000 people pass through Times Square, and up to 1 million come to ring in the new year at the ball drop, a tradition going back to 1907. In 2016, to keep things more orderly, the city set up designated areas for the many street performers and drew up paths to help you navigate the crowds. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Empire State Building. It is hard to imagine visiting New York without visiting this iconic skyscraper. The 102-story skyscraper is situated in Midtown Manhattan and has an observation deck that provides some of the best views of New York. The Otis elevator in the building shows the current altitude as it ascends instead of showing passing floors. Interestingly, it took the Landmarks Preservation Commission 18 months to restore the building's lobby to its original 1930s design, whereas the building only took 13 months. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite thing to do in New York City? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.